Greetings, everyone. It is I, Sutargos, the Kaiju from Krypton, and we are here today to do another reaction video. For today, it is going to be the second trailer for Ultraman Rising. Now, as you guys know in previous videos, I am a big fan of Ultraman. Since the tail end of 2022, Ultraman has been one of my all-time favorite franchises. I was aware of it, I've watched some of it in the past, but never fully, dived into it until 2022, tail end, when, that'll be a story for another day, but suffice to say, once I looked into Ultraman and everything, I got hooked. But yeah, before we talk about the movie, I'm just going to talk about a few of my favorite series and whatnot. What I've seen, what I haven't seen or completed, what I have seen, what I haven't completed yet, and what I want to see next. Alright, so, I got my little list here because I can't remember all those names. Let's see. Alright. Okay. So the Ultraman related shows, or Ultra shows rather, because not every Ultraman show will have an Ultraman in it. Ergo, the Ultra series. Starting off, of course, with the very one that started all, Ultra Q. Ultra Q, I've watched a couple episodes, but I still haven't finished it yet. Good series, don't get me wrong. I love the black and white, the black and white look to it, but also the fact that it's basically just a Twilight Zone, but with giant monsters and everything. Or just like regular monsters in general. Watched on the Mill Creek Blu-ray that I have, and man, that picture quality is beautiful. But then, of course, we get to the next series. The one you could say really, truly started all, Ultraman from 1966. Now, as for my experience with that series, it's different. So, as a kid, I vaguely remember this one very, very, very early, this is like early 2000s, by the way, clip of Ultraman fighting who I thought was at the time Godzilla, but was rather, Juris instead. Also, the clip was in black and white for some reason. So originally I thought, okay, the original Ultraman series is in black and white. But then, years later, obviously I found out, no, it's in color. Now, how I checked out the original Ultraman series is not through 2022, but rather a Mill Creek release that wasn't the Blu-rays. No, it was the DVD set that Mill Creek did. I believe I watched that back in either the tail end of 2009 or somewhere in 2010. For those who don't know, Ultraman did have a US release before in the past. However, it was not through Subaraya. No. Too long, don't read moment here. There was this Thailand company called Chow Productions. There's this whole legal thing that was going on for decades. Took a while to finally end. Basically, they said E.G. Tsuburaya's son signed this one agreement, giving me the whole rights and license to everything for Ultraman. But obviously, it was a forgery. However, they had one little detail that made it seem legit, and there was just this long-going bad legal battle. And because of that, Ultraman did not get a US release for a very long time. I mean, yes, now, the original 1966 series did have a release back in the 60s, I believe. Ultra 7 had a English dub through TNT during the either 80s or 90s, I cannot remember. And then, of course, Ultraman Tiga, if you're, someone who's like me, who watched the Fox box back in the day, that's how you got introduced to that. And then, of course, there's a few other DVD releases, but we'll talk about those later. But yeah, that DVD release was not released through Subaraya, but instead, because of Chow and the legal shenanigans they've done, they were able to release the original series because they had the license or rights to it at the time. And the DVD release is so-so, depending on who you ask. I have it, and that's how I watched it. And it's currently the only way you can watch the English dub officially. But yes, so yeah. Then, of course, back in 22, I watched a few episodes, this time with the Japanese dub. Ironically enough, not through the Blu-ray I would eventually get, but rather on Tubi. because I was lazy at the time. That, and I don't think I owned it on Blu-ray at the time, and I was doing like a long ride with someone. I needed something to watch to kill the time and everything, and decided, hey, Tubi and Ultraman, right? Also, I watched a little bit of Mega Beast Investigator Just Beyond. Good tokusatsu series, by the way. But yes, yeah, and of course, also, before I go back to lists, I did at least watch one episode of Ultra 7. Did not watch it through the DVD release by Shout Factory, which again was done because of Chow. And it was not through Tubi or the Blu-ray. No. Instead, I actually watched it through G-Fest at one point. I think it was Godzilla Fest 2005. I'm going to say 2005, 2006, but most likely leaning to 2006, Let me tell you, it was a wild time back then, because there was no subtitles, so we just had to watch it at G-Fest with no subtitles and just figure out what's going on. It makes you appreciate where we're living now, where, like, pretty much all of the tokusatsu series, or, like, or a vast majority of them, have been dubbed. Or not dubbed, wow. Have been subbed in English, as well as other languages. Alright. Then, of course, we get to the next Ultra series I've seen, but haven't completed, which is, of course, Tiga. As previously mentioned, I watched it through the Fox Box back in the day, and that was my real introduction to the Ultraman series. And yeah, I love Tiga. I would argue Tiga is my favorite series, but I would have to, finish it and everything. But Tiga is my favorite Ultraman, that and the original Ultraman from 1966. But yes, no, I'm going back to 4Kids though. Watched a bunch of it on 4Kids. In fact, I actually remember recording a few episodes on VHS. Really enjoyed it. Haven't watched the English dub since then because, people call it cringe, or some like it, some don't. All depends on who you ask. Me personally, remember enjoying it. And I don't care what people say, I love that theme song. The searching for a hero, blah, 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 but I'm not going to sing that. However, I would eventually watch the Japanese dub. Sorry. My God, today, people. I'm getting really tongue-tied today. I don't know why. I did watch the original Japanese dub through, of all people. Well, actually, no, hold on. There are two ways, actually. One time someone uploaded a couple episodes on YouTube, but then they got taken down, I think. But I actually watched it through Netflix, of all people. For those who might not remember, Netflix did at one point have, the whole, you can either stream something or rent our DVDs. And sure enough, Netflix had them. It was only like the first volume, and I think the second volume, but I'm not 100% sure. Watched that, really enjoyed it. But never went back to finishing it for whatever reason. But then, once I got the Mill Creek Ultraman Tiga DVD release, sometime last year, in fact, I think actually it is like 1 year to this day, or beginning of June, whichever, of last year, I watched a good chunk of Ultraman Tiga. I think I'm at least 10 episodes in, 12 episodes in, I would have to double check. But yeah, watching it again now, years later, not only does it hold up, it's, it's arguably, my favorite Ultraman series. It's great. It's very great. And then the other series I have yet to finish is Ultra 7X. That one I was interested in because, I remember seeing a clip way back in the day on YouTube. I'm going to say circa 2007, 2008, of Ultra 7X fighting Elekeen, one of my favorite monsters for Ultra 7. In fact, that's actually the episode, if I didn't previously mention, of Ultra 7, the original series, that I watched back on Godzilla Fest, 2005, 2006. But yeah, I saw that clip, like, oh, that's awesome. I should watch this series. I bet it's great. Yeah, I'm about 2-3 episodes in with Ultra 7X. It's kind of boring. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of boring, I like that it's doing the whole serious, grim dark type thing, because I'm one of those people who like grim dark stuff sometimes. It's not working for Ultra 7X, and it's just like a struggle to watch at some point, Some people say, like, the worst thing, your worst viewing experiences is like something that's really bad. For me, that's true, but also, what in my opinion is worse than watching something bad is watching something very mediocre, because it's boring. If it's something really bad, at least you can make fun of it. But something very mediocre and boring, it's just like there's no enjoyment to be had, right? But yes, then of course we now go to the Ultra shows I have completed. Just I let everyone know, these are the more recent series. This is more a part of the yeah. In fact, hold on. Yeah, they're all part of the now. I believe it's called the New Generation Heroes era. Yes, and I started off with Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle. I watched both seasons, as well as the movie, and the Mega Monster movie. The movie's called, was it? Yeah, Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy Legends. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I would say that's my favorite Ultraman movie. It's either that or Shin Ultraman, which I have seen in theaters last year, and it was really, really great. And when I watched Shin Ultraman, it was like the perfect time I watched it, because that's where where I just started getting into Ultraman and everything. This is just like perfect timing and everything. But yes, good movie, by the way. This release, not so good. This is actually my library's copy. I'm just borrowing it just for like a visual example right here. That, at one point I'm planning on getting the Raven Banner? Yeah, the Raven Banner release. I was going to say Raven Claw, but I'm pretty sure that's Harry Potter. But yeah, the Raven Claw release. Raven Banner release, sorry. Because, that's supposed to be like the best release. There's no dub title problems. There's no subtitle problems. It's got, actual good subtitles. It's got better video quality. And actually has some special features, which is awesome. I just wish it had dub titles, though, because I actually like dub titles. But yes. I have, of course, seen the various Ultraman Zero stuff, because I also have that Blu-ray too, which you'll see right here. I watched the movies I was on the set. I only remember Ultraman Saga and the film prior to that, which was like a fantasy type film. But yeah, then some specials and whatnot on there. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that too. That was a lot of fun. Excuse me. The Ultra Galaxy. Why am I saying Ultra Galaxy? Mega Monster Battle, Ultra Galaxy Legends. Okay, that's why. That's still my favorite movie. But the others that came out of it, still pretty good. Still pretty good. Now, I, of course, also watched Ultraman Ginga. That was my first proper Ultraman series, and that's the one that brought it back, essentially, because for those who don't know, after I think it was Ultraman Mebius. Yeah, Ultraman Mebius, I believe. The Ultra series went on hiatus for a while. We had no real movies or anything like that. I'm sorry. No real... jeez. Tongue-tied today, everyone. We didn't really have any, new shows. Outside of some random stuff like Ultra 7X, for example. Yeah, it was just that and some movies and specials and whatnot, but we got nothing after that for a while. And that's because of Subaraya was going out. It was going to bankruptcy. Then, of course, we had the Mega Monster Battles shows. But, you could argue, is that an Ultra show or not? Because Ultramen do make appearances in it, yes, but it's few and far in between, and they're not even really the focus of the show. It's the monsters, which is kind of one of the reasons why I like it, because, that's why I describe it. It's kind of like Pokemon or like Digimon, but with, in fact, I think Pokemon would be the better analogy, or comparison, rather. It's kind of like Pokemon, but with Ultraman monsters, which is funny because Ultra 7 inspired Pokemon a little bit, because we had capsule monsters in that show. But yeah, no, Ultraman Ginga, though, getting back to that, watched both series, really, really enjoyed it. I would say that's probably currently my favorite Ultraman series I've watched currently, and plus, part of the new, well, not currently, Tiga's still my favorite, and the original series, probably. But out of the New Generation Heroes, I would say Ginga is my favorite. But then, of course, we get Ultraman X. Heard a lot of good things about that series, and I thought it was good. Also, one thing I should probably mention too with Ginga, and this also follows the others as well. I've also watched the movies as well as the specials too. Anything that's been a part of the Mill Creek releases. But yes, going back to Ultraman X. Ultraman X, heard a lot of good things about it through Kaiju no Kami. So I was like, I'll watch it, which I did, and I also heard some like funny stuff too. Like there was like a soccer match episode, and then but it's not just like typical human size ones, but no, there's like giant monsters and aliens, and that was funny. And there was even like a cops parody too. But yeah, I did like Ultraman X. However, I had my only complaints is I think it was kind of overhyped for me, but also I know this era has the toy gimmick stuff introduced, which I don't mind. It just, for whatever reason, the various armors Ultraman X had just did not click for me. Just, it looked more like, toys than anything else, which again, I know this is supposed to be the era in which, toys is really the big focus on it. I mean, it's all about toys regardless, and, story and all that stuff. But the new generation heroes, when it got more toy gimmicky, I believe it's called, or toy-emic, or something like that. But yeah, no, I did like Ultraman X. I don't think it was great, but it's enjoyable for what it's worth. And I really enjoyed the movie. Oh, the movie was awesome. I can't remember if there's any side specials or not. If they were, I don't think they were included on the Ultraman X Blu-ray release from Milk Creek. But then, of course, we get to the most recent series I finished. Ultraman Orb. And now this took me a while, but that's because life gets in the way, other shows and movies and whatnot get in the way, and just sometimes you're not in the mood to watch something, especially like Ultraman sometimes because there's so many. You gotta be in the right mood and everything. And this was just like an on and off series for me. Took me about nearly a year to finish it. I think I started in June or July. But I just finished it last week and a few days ago, and in fact, I believe it was on Sunday I finished the movie, and I really like Ultraman Orb. Took a while to finish, don't get me wrong, but yeah. I really enjoyed the series. I'd say out of all of them, this is currently my second favorite. As I would rank everything, it would probably be Ginga, Orb, and then, of course, Ultraman X. And now if we include Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battle, I would probably say then Ginga, then Orb, Galaxy Battle, and then X. Or I might flip-flop between, let's just say Orb and Monster Battle, Mega Monster Battle, or tie for now. But yes, really enjoy this. I really enjoyed all the forms and stuff. And yes, this is toy gimmicky. Yes and no. I mean, the only toy gimmick there is, I could say, is like one that you see the little like sword Orb has. Orb Caliber, I believe it's called. And then, also I finished the movie too. The movie was good, not the best. Out of all the movies right now for the new generation heroes, obviously, Mega Monster Battle is my favorite. But I would say the Ultraman X movie is my favorite out of those. Then, of course, the Orb movie and then the Ginga movie. But yes, Orb is good. I really like the various transformations he has. And I also like that even though, like, the gimmicks is, the Orb something? Orbalizer, we'll just call it. Don't remember what it's called. I like that one. I like that gimmick, and I like the card gimmick, too. And the transformations are really cool. In fact, let me pull out the booklet here. Let's see. Because I know these shows here. Okay, here is Ultraman Orb's various transformations throughout the show. Out of all of them, my two favorite are, of course, this one, which is a combination, which is called, by the way, Spacium Sepurion, which is a combination of my two favorite Ultraman, the original and Tiga. But I also really like the Orb Origin design. I think that's really cool too. And for the longest time, I thought there was like real no difference between the two of them. The Tiga and Ultraman and an Orb designs. But no, there's differences and stuff. I like all of these actually. I especially love Ultraman Orb Thunder Breast Star. I really like that one too. But that's because Belial's on there and he's like Yeah, I'd say one of my all-time favorite Ultraman characters. I was gonna say Ultraman villains too, which is true. And I was gonna say Ultraman as well. But yeah, like all of these designs I really like. Let's see. Do you say what it is you have in here? No, you don't say what the item is. I'd like to know what the item is. Brr. But yes, really enjoyed Ultraman Orb. The only downside to this is, as you can tell, no slipcover. Very few of these I don't have slipcovers for. And that's just a big pain for me because, yes, I'm one of those people who are like, I like my Blu-rays to have slipcovers, which is true because like it adds to the design. Because like looking at this, it's not all that appealing. But if you look at the slipcover over here, it looks awesome, man. It looks awesome. Like that artwork they do for these releases is really cool stuff. But yeah, no, Orb though, very good. And that's the last series I finished. Now, as for what I'm currently watching, I'm watching Orb Origins Saga, the Ultraman Orb, the Origin Saga. Sorry, blanked out there. Yes, I'm only one episode in, but I'm really enjoying it. It has a bigger budget. You can tell it has a bigger budget than most Ultraman series, which I found out that's because Ultraman Orb was originally an Amazon Prime Japan show. Now it's since gotten really U.S. release, and I believe it's on Tubi, which is ironic, One streaming service show is on another streaming service show. It's like a Disney Plus series going on HBO Max, right? But no, I'm one episode in, and I'm really enjoying it already. Now, as for why did I watch this first as opposed to this, I believe it was Kaiju no Kami who said, if you watch this first before this, spoilers are going to happen. So obviously I'm like, okay, going to watch this first, and then this. But yeah, not much else to say about Ultraman Orb, the Origin Saga. One episode in, really liking the high production values and budget. Yeah, it looks to be a good time. But now I'm curious to see what the origin is going to be and everything, and how what's our main character's name of Origin? I'm terrible at names. I'm sorry. I'm like the worst person when it comes to names. Let's see. I think it's called. His name is Hikaru. Let's see. Come on! Oh no, Guy. Hikaru. I don't remember which Ultra series has the name Hikaru. I'm pretty sure it's one of the previous ones I watched. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Origin Saga. Now, where am I going to go on from here when it comes to Ultraman? What series am I going to watch next? Well, originally, I was going to pick Ultraman Geed. I've heard a lot of good things about Geed. Geed always had like an interesting design. Plus, he is the son of Ultraman Belial. And of course, I love Ultraman Belial, so I was going to watch this. But I'm actually thinking about taking a break from the next generation, the new generation hero era, because this is the Ultraman series outside of Tiga I've been wanting to watch the most. Again, got this last year. It wasn't a part of like the large purchase I'll talk about one day in 22, because this wasn't released until 2023. But yeah, this is the one Ultraman series I wanted to watch the most. I tried watching when it was on YouTube through, alternative means. But this is the one Ultraman series I want to watch the most. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Granted, I hear like 3/4 of the end the series they had to do a tonal change because, ratings were starting to plummet and they're trying to salvage and everything. But yes, I'm talking about Ultraman Nexus. This is the Ultraman series outside of Tiga I've wanted to watch the most. And I think I'll watch this next. Now, granted, Nexus has more episodes than Ginga. Ginga has 25. Ultraman Nexus, I believe it has about 30 something, 32, 35, 37. I can't remember, but I've always wanted to watch the series. I've heard nothing but good things. This was a series that had a dark approach, a dark serious approach, but still keeping the spirit of Ultraman there. And unlike Ultra 7X, I don't think this is gonna suck because I've heard nothing but good things about it. Yeah, this is the one I want to watch the longest time. Some people on YouTube would, like I said, upload it on there. I would try to watch it, but stuff got in the way and everything. And then Sabrina's like, "You're illegally uploading this." Gone. But yeah, Nexus is the one series I've been looking forward to the most. I've heard nothing but good things, and I definitely like the design of Nexus, especially one of his later forms later on. But yes, and of course, for people wondering, how do I watch Ultraman Nexus? What you're supposed to do is this: watch the movie, Ultraman the Next over here, and then the series. For those who don't know, Ultraman Nexus, in addition to being the dark, serious one, but also still good and everything, it's had numerous production problems and everything, and the movie is actually the introduction to the series. You're supposed to watch the movie first, and then a show. However, the movie got delayed through various production delays and stuff like that, and I believe it came out somewhere midway, or like 10 episodes in of Nexus, so yeah. That sucked, but yeah. Also, the other thing I should say is Ultraman Nexus was supposed to be a part of the Ultra N project, I believe it's called. Supposed to take Ultraman in this new direction and everything. There's various projects. There's supposed to be like a trilogy of shows that's supposed to be set up and everything. But unfortunately, Nexus did not do well. And it didn't get canceled. It just prematurely ended. They wanted to do more episodes and everything, but due to budget and low ratings, they decided to cut it short. And I'm told the ending isn't great, which is a shame because I've heard nothing but good things about Nexus. But yes. But there's more I should talk about. There are movies, too, I have watched. As previously mentioned, Shin Ultraman. Love the show. But then, of course, I've watched Ultraman Tiga and Dyna, Warriors of Light. How did I watch that? Why, I got it from Godzilla Fest, of course. I got that and Ultraman Gaia, The Battle in Hyperspace. Yeah, for those who don't know, there were actually English dubs of those two movies. They've only existed on those releases. To my knowledge, Mill Creek has never released the English dubs of either of those movies. And if I remember right, they dubbed those two movies because at the time, Tiga was airing on Fox Box. And like, okay, we'll capitalize on that. Be nice if that Ultraman Tiga movie got released, The Final Odyssey. But yeah, that never got released. And also it sucks that, Johnny and Associates are like, hey, we don't want you to, that awesome theme song, Take Me Higher. Yeah, we don't want that on any of your releases internationally. And even though you edited out on most of the episodes of your Mill Creek release, for whatever reason, Mill Creek decides not to release it, not to edit out the song, because it's in the credits. Yeah, that's, Johnny and Associates who suck. But yeah, and hopefully if those rumors of Mill Creek and Super Riot Productions are going to be doing another negotiation deal, I really hope we get to see Tiga, The Final Odyssey, be released next. But anyway, the Tiga Dyna movie and the Gaia movie got them at Godzilla Fest 2005. Really enjoyed them, and I watched them a lot. Gaia more so than the Dyna movie. Yes, and then of course, prior to actually watching Mega Monster Battle, I actually watched Superior 8 Ultra Brothers. And yeah, I really enjoyed that movie too. You could say that was like one of my, I guess, other introductions to the Ultraman franchise. Because, there's like a bunch of these Ultramen I was never introduced to. Like, Leo, Jack, Mebius. Mebius, sorry, not Mebius. Mephiles is another one. I think that's in Ultraman Next, I believe. Or Ultraman Nexus. But Jack, Leo, Taro was not in there, which sucks because I like Taro. Jack, Leo. Then, of course, Tiga, Dinah, Gaia, and then Mebius. Might be missing one. I don't remember. But yes, Superior 8 Ultra Brothers I liked. And I know I heard a lot of good things about it. In fact, at the time prior to Shin Ultraman's release, it was the highest grossing Ultraman movie. Even though I liked it, it wasn't my push into checking out the Ultra franchise. Believe it or not. No, that's the Mega Monster Battle show and movie. But yeah, those are the only movies I've seen. Up until what we're doing right now. But yeah, before I go to that, yeah, that's my little experience with Ultraman. And good lord, this episode, I'm already like a half hour in, yet I still haven't watched the trailer. So yeah, with that said, let us go watch the Ultraman Rising trailer. But before I get to that, I know I keep on saying that. Before I get to that, pulling it up here. Okay.
Your power wasn't enough.
With the first trailer for Ultraman Rising in my previous video, I liked it, though it came off more as like a teaser. It didn't really give me that much of an idea of what the story's going to be like. But I'm told this trailer is much better, gives you a much better idea what the story is, and it's 2 minutes and 28 seconds, so I believe it's longer. As you can also tell, if I didn't mention already, kind of dressed for the occasion to watch this trailer. But yes, without further ado, let us go watch this trailer. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think it looks good. Sorry about that. But yeah, the first trailer for Ultraman Rising, it didn't really do much for me. Like I said, it just didn't show enough for me plot-wise to get a proper grasp on it. But I am told this trailer is a lot better, and hopefully it'll give me a better idea what the plot's going to be like. And hopefully there's no copyrighted music in this song, in this movie trailer. But without further ado, let us go and watch this trailer.
Dad, did you ever worry that your power wasn't enough? Every single day, the world needs you to become something more.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool fighting monsters. It's just,
Cool.
I'm not very good at it. Come on, seriously? Oh my god.
No monsters that I can know of, that I can think of right now.
She thinks you are her mother. Hey, it's okay. No. What is that? She has acid reflux. Babies get acid reflux? Great. I'm not built for this. How do you do it? Juggle everything. Your job, your kid.
Honestly, it's not easy. Like the monsters sometimes.
Do your job! I'm doing the best! Yeah! Find the infant and bring it back alive. Roger that, sir.
Alright, so that is the Ultraman Rising trailer. Had to stop, unfortunately, because of course there was copyrighted music in there, and of course, you know, I have to go and edit it out. Yeah, but no, the trailer here, watch it now a second time. Let me just try to get it going here. Looks a lot of fun. Oh, darn iPhone can't, you know, turn down the volumes like I wanted to. Okay. But yes, so we get, you know, a better idea what the plot is and everything. For one, we see Ultraman, you know, essentially acting like a surrogate father. It is not clear, though, which Ultraman this is. My guess is this is going to be an original Ultraman. You know, no previous existing Ultraman, his own original character and whatnot. One thing that's interesting to note is Ultraman and his host, or rather, I think in this incarnation, they're both the same, the same. He keeps on talking to his dad. He's asking like, "Hey, was it this bad and stuff, and whatnot?" Which is making me wonder: is it either A, just like talking to his dad, like, "Hey, I need some father advice. I'm taking care of this thing," or B, which is what I'm thinking of. This might be kind of like a continuation of the original series, but what? Something's different and all that stuff. Yeah, watching this trailer now, it looks a lot of fun. Like, I have a better idea what the plot is. Ultraman comes across this baby alien monster, has to raise it and everything, and figure out what to do with it. We get to see various kaiju and aliens in here, which is awesome. I don't recognize any of them, though. I want to say Bemilar's in here, like, around the beginning, but I can't tell. The winged dragon-looking monster kind of actually reminds me of one of the kaiju from either Ultraman Tiga, the first flying one I want to say, or, and I'll be surprised if they're actually referencing this too, which also, but you know what? Actually, it would be kind of a cool thing. This is American production and everything. And it might be a little bit meta if you think about it. It is possible this winged creature we're seeing might actually be a reference to either of the previous American attempts at Ultraman, Towards the Future and Ultimate Hero. The one of them I think is Australian made, but still made for American television. Let's see. We also see that it's of course the military's like idea of like, oh hey, you got a monster here, we need to use it as a weapon, blah blah blah. There's even a giant robot there too, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like any other big noteworthy things. And I kind of like it how like Ultraman's essentially becoming a dad here, and teaching this child monster like how to grow up and everything. But, yeah, this looks like a fun movie. Not only that, the monster, whatever its name is, looks adorable and cute. And yeah, this looks fun. Also, let's talk about Ultraman's design. Now, obviously, this is the classic iconic design's inspiration for it. But then it's like body proportions are weird. It's like really oddly skinny, and for whatever reason, it has like white pupils. Like the eyes itself are blue, I believe. Yes, the eyes themselves are blue, which I believe is a rarity for Ultraman because like I'm pretty sure they're usually yellow, but the pupils, which usually Ultraman doesn't have, unless you're like Ultra 7, they're white, which is an interesting design choice. But yeah, trying to think of anything else I can think of here. Nope. It's got a bunch of kaiju and aliens, and that makes me happy. Ultraman's hands are gonna be full. We got a lot of cool monsters and everything. Their designs are cool, and obviously there's gonna be some cool aliens. And yeah, this is going to be a really fun film from the looks of it, and I'm definitely gonna watch it when it comes out because it looks fun. Plus, big Ultraman fan. Of course, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, but not much else to say here, which is ironic because I've been just basically babbling about Ultraman, but not the actual new movie coming out. But yeah, no, it looks fun. Animation looks good. Looks like a fun film, and definitely a film I'm gonna watch. But yes, with that said, what do you think of this trailer? Are you now sold on Ultraman Rising, or are you still a little bit hesitant? And what's your favorite Ultraman movie, since we're talking about a movie here? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get more notifications when I do more videos like this, as I do intend on doing more videos again. And also, don't forget to check out my Facebook page, Sutargos, the Kaiju from Krypton, in which I talk about superheroes, giant monsters, pulp heroes, tokusatsu, and a whole bunch of other nerdy stuff. In fact, if you ever want to see me really talk about Ultraman stuff, check my Facebook page. But yes, with that said, everybody, I'll see you next time. Till then, bye, everybody! Bye-bye!